We can't do another coleslaw talk, bro. We cannot do another. We don't even know what the fuck coleslaw is.
We don't. You're
We
right.
cannot do this.
We're speaking out of turn. We're speaking out of
Um,
turn.
I do
Eh,
fuck up a coleslaw though.
All right. Episode 72. It's a bunch of good 72s, man. Who's a good 72?
The fridge.
The Fridge was 72.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bears legend, the Fridge. I feel like there's good hockey players that are 72 that we're just not thinking of. What's Malkin's number?
TJ Oshie. Isn't TJ Oshie? Oh, he's 74.
No, he's 77.
70.
Malkin was
No, it's not.
71, I think.
Yeah, definitely 71.
Okay. Bob in Detroit, Jack in Detroit, Mike, the boy in the striped pajamas in Chicago. And we got a little bit of a freestyle today. We're going to do, there's just a lot of shit kind of happening in the news right now. And we're going to touch on a few things. We'll even maybe do some playoff updates at the end of this. We're recording this on Tuesday, June 6th, and the Live Golf shit just happened today. So we're going to touch on a couple of random things. But I was just going to call you, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I didn't just go to my texts and like click the phone button. I went to my contacts and try to find you. And I have you as Mike Shy City, and it really fucks everything up for me because it's hard to find you like that. And when you're, I don't go into my contacts often, but it is just, it's a mess in there.
Yeah, I get that.
Are you guys in the same boat? Like, do you guys have do you guys ever purge or delete things? Or do you not do that in contacts either?
I do. I did. I've done. A lot of. I remember like OG Tinder. It was like, Stephanie Tinder.
Yeah, dude.
Melanie
I bet that
Tinder,
was crazy.
This Tinder, and then it's like after you're done talking to him, it was like, all right, well, I don't even remember who you are.
Yeah.
So like, I'd go purge shit like that. I have like old school contacts from like college and shit. And those shit like that I delete, but I have been very good at not doing what you did. I like to get like first and last name. Like that's how everybody is in my shit. So it's like worst case scenario, I just can look it up like that instead of doing goofy shit.
Since my work life started, I've done that. But
yeah.
pre that, everything's a fucking you said it. I have one of the ones that I passed by was Adam from Econ 300.
Yeah.
Like, delete that.
I
gotta get rid of that.
Yeah, I still got a couple of those. It's funny too because this chick I was talking to, her name is Lindsay, and I was like going to call her the other day, and I was like, hey, on my Apple CarPlay, like, hey, call Lindsay, and it was like calling Lindsay accounting, and I was like, oh no, cancel that. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that ain't it.
And
that's
like
not it.
I was like, shit, and that was one. I didn't delete it. I should have, but I was like, fuck, like. Why do I still have these in my fucking things? But I don't have too much trouble like your dumbass because I try to put everyone's first and last name. But it does get awkward though. I will say though, when you're talking to like a girl, like dating, and you're like, oh, let me get your number and yada yada. Like usually you put something cute next to it or some lame shit. But like it's like the third text message in. I'm like, so what do you want me to call you or give me a last name? Because I need to save you in my phone because I haven't saved you yet because I don't know your last name. Or I'll be like, give me a middle name. Yeah, because it's like I don't like to not have a second name because it's like how many
I always
Haley Tinder number 8.
Nah, see to combat that, what I started doing is when you take somebody's phone number, you just give like a descriptive word. So you go like hot Sarah or funny Rachel or tall Maddie.
I agree. Like I have a
triple D Danielle.
But also
this is not a bad idea here, Mike.
God forbid though you hang out with a chick and she sees triple D Daniela and she's like that. She's like, that's all you think of me of, or like you take a screenshot of your conversation, whatever. But I have done shit like that too, where I got like I think like a chick named like Maria Mariachi in my phone, a DJ Jazzy Jeff, like that's a girl. Her name was Jasmine. I got a couple in there that are fucking stupid as shit, but I realized that
Yep.
was hard to remember though. Even so, it's like at least when
Right.
you put
Bob,
a face and a name, you can look it up.
right. Bob, I think it's nuts what your contact is for Mikey because mine is Mikey Chi-Town, and I had no clue that we both had Chicago last names for him.
Yeah. I don't remember how that went down or why I put it in like that, but
Well, that's a long fucking time ago, so it's probably the easiest way to remember me. It's not like we were just fucking dogs off the fucking rip. Like we were boys, but we weren't like boys, you know?
we needed bodies for Pond. One
Yeah, it
way or
was
the other. It was like
exactly.
you needed me or I needed you.
Yeah, exactly. So, uh, which we still have yet to do that. We need to do an origin story episode, at least like a half hour of it. And then if
Yeah.
we ever blow up, we can come back to it. All the but we do need to do an origin story. I do think it wouldn't be that entertaining, but it's nice to know, for some of the people who are like, who the fuck is this Mikey and who the fuck is this Robert kid?
Yeah. We'll do that.
So
Laura is really trying to hammer that one down. My mother,
well,
Jack
maybe
and I's
like
mom, wants that to happen so bad. She's waiting because she doesn't listen to our episodes because anybody, obviously, you can't if you're a mom, but
yeah.
she wants to hear that one because she knows she'll be able to
Well,
listen to that one.
maybe we'll do it for like Christmas. It'll be like we can do it like the first week of December because it'll be pond season. It'll be like episode 100 ish roughly, and we can aim for that. So about 30,
Okay.
couple 6 months we could do something like
Yeah.
that. But I
Stay
haven't,
tuned.
yeah, I have been thinking about that. I'm like, man, we need to do some sort of origin story. Like nobody knows who the fuck we are. We're just these two random bozos fucking
Yep.
talking at each other with fucking no real reference. So
It's true.
one of these days.
And we have those people that listen like over in Cambodia and shit, don't we, Jack?
Yeah, dude, we have some random international viewers. Our fucking shout out to Brussels.
I mean, our Brussels
You
sprouts.
guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Drop a thumbs up
Speaking
for,
of
for
shouting
our
out,
Brussels fans.
Please do
shout
drop a
out
thumbs up.
to kind of everyone over the last few weeks, man. We've been just getting random followers and subs on everything, not at an insane rate, but over the last few weeks, it's been so much better that like I'm waking up with notifications where it's like 5, 6, 7. You're like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? So shout out to all you new followers. Hopefully, you guys stay followers and keep listening. That'd be awesome.
Amen to that. Speaking of which,
What's
shout
the
out to
word,
me
brother?
for winning the condiments
Oh,
draft. Kind of
yeah,
ran away
never
with
had a
it.
chance. Yeah, there was never a chance.
But I think Jack got some more votes than I was ready for there. I'll give you the
I didn't look at
percentages
the
right here.
numbers. I just knew that after like 10 votes, you were up like 8-1 on both of us, and I was like, it's over.
It was 59% me, 26% Michael, 15% Jack. But there was
So
no there was no like skew in the vote here because there were people all over the place, like people I didn't expect to, they voted this way, they
yeah,
voted this way.
yeah,
Yeah, it was interesting votes.
yeah. It wasn't like when Jack fucking,
When Jack, yeah,
had,
we couldn't even post the results to that one because Jack just
yeah,
fucking
because Jack
ran
said
away with
here,
it.
12 people all vote for me at once. None
Yeah,
of them following the pod. None of them, all of them follow Jack on Instagram. None
and
of
like
them
the
follow the
last
pod.
hour of the draft.
Yeah. But
Yep.
I knew, I mean, to me, that
Hey
was just,
man, they
I don't,
don't ask Kyle, they ask how many.
that's
So
true. For the
We did
condiments,
ask how.
though,
That was your
we've
problem.
been, I've been getting a lot of comments on that shit, though. And it's like, people care. People care about the condiments, man.
I knew, yeah,
Um,
and we knew that they would, and that's why we
yeah.
wanted to save this draft for a certain time. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people talked to me about the peanut butter pick going first,
Hmm.
and I had your back there because a lot of
Yeah.
people were like hating on it, and I was like, I was gonna take that in the second round, no
Yeah.
questions asked. Peanut
Yeah.
butter is one of my favorite foods, let alone condiments.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure. That was the thing too. That's why I was trying to fucking ship that first pick out so badly because I was like, well, I can't go number one with it. But I also was like, it was either barbecue sauce or peanut butter, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll fuck around and get like ranch on the way back, which I almost did, um, and or salsa. I actually thought salsa would drop. I thought it was gonna go, whatever. But
I
like,
I think
I
the
think you're
sweet and
getting,
sour was your downfall.
definitely, but I didn't care. I kind of just once you had barbecue sauce and ranch, I was like, it's over. And then you got sriracha. I'm like, it's fucking over. So I didn't really give a
That was
shit.
big.
Don't bother me none. You had a
If
bunch
I
of
w-
fucking
if
dogs.
if I would have picked mayo at the end, I would have really driven that thing home instead of
Oh
jam.
yeah, dude.
But
Yeah,
that was the thing that I think people were most upset about being left off, as the people that I talked to at least, was mayo.
was mayo. I got a
Yeah.
lot of mustard. I got a lot of mustard hate.
Yeah, which I get it. Like I don't even need Dijon, dude. Just a plain yellow mustard.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
yellow mustard and it has its place. I just don't eat it alone with anything, you know?
Yeah.
It's an important condiment, don't get me wrong, but pretty much to me it's only an important condiment on a dog and a bird.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me actually.
You
But
know?
yeah, either way, that was a good draft. I think we got a lot of interaction that, like, even if it wasn't on the socials or anything, it was like I had like 3 or 4 different conversations
Yep.
with people that, it was like, oh, this is interesting. So, um, good draft. Fuck off. You had it by a mile. I said it 30 minutes in the episode. I go, we're just gonna let
Yep.
this guy run away with this.
Yeah, he did too. Right after the ranch pick, and we knew it.
Yep.
That
But
was when. Yeah, it was a good draft though. Yeah, Jack.
for
I
sure.
had some people praising your sour cream pick in the 5th round, which I think was great value, and also your yum yum pick, which I didn't even have on my board, and I felt very foolish after you took it. Yeah, good draft. Go over the results quick. Um, saw this article today. People in New York City are going out on Tuesdays, and like that's the new weekend for them. Let me explain.
Do they all?
Like in
Okay.
New York, they're going out on Tuesdays. So apparently in New York, more prominent this year for whatever reason. This is a New York Post article. People go to like the Hamptons or the Jersey Shore or upstate New York on the weekends, and I
Mhm.
guess everybody's coming back during the week to work, obviously, and then they're using Tuesday as like this date night day because they're interviewing this waitress from a really popular spot in New York, and she was like, "Yeah, you used to fight for those weekend hours because that was when everybody was getting paid." And she was like, "Now it's a ghost town." And she was like pissed when she got the Tuesday spot, and it ended up being her most lucrative day.
Really?
Yeah. How are like
That
weekdays in Chicago? I know the summer is obviously like people take summer in Chicago very seriously.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's every day, especially like Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because I don't go out. I try not to go out or drink during the week, man. Like
Right.
I don't. So I don't really know. And during my actual like party go like crazy go days, I was in Michigan, so I never really experienced it. So
Yeah.
obviously post COVID would have been different anyway. But I don't know. I would assume it's hot, but not like, hey, this is the day, you know?
Yeah. And I don't think it's necessarily like it's fucking New York. It's not dead on the weekends, but whatever
Well, of
dead is
course,
to
yeah.
her, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think living downtown in the city changes that. Cause like even when I lived downtown Grand Rapids, I found myself like walking, just getting outside the building and walking somewhere to eat way more often
Yeah.
than I normally would have when you have to get in the car and drive somewhere. So I think I could see it in those big cities where like, yeah, if people are gone during the week or during the weekend, then maybe they go out and party it up one day a week. But I'm definitely not fucking. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not driving somewhere to go get drunk on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's your
And
percent chance.
Well,
I,
dude, we used
like,
to do that in college too. At Central, we used to go out on Tuesdays like every single fucking week because they had what was
Yeah,
it called, pint night on Tuesdays, where you could get a beer for like 75 cents or something stupid. So it was a
right.
great way to do
yeah,
it. Plus, you're right, we didn't have to drive anywhere. We were either walking or Ubering every time.
Yeah, and everybody did
I,
that in college, and that was like Thirsty
yeah,
Thursday, your Weird Wednesday,
yeah,
and your Taco Tuesdays. So everybody was going
yeah.
out. But yeah, I don't know.
I also think like, if there was like, okay, Tuesday is trivia night. Okay, it's popping at that one place.
Right.
Or it's karaoke night. It's popping at that one place. But like for the whole city to come together and be like, hey, like this is the new fucking, city spot, like city day, because everyone's in different spots. That is weird. That's confusing because I can't fucking wake up and function after being hungover at work if I tried. I don't know how everyone can do that shit, man. It's insane.
I'm such a big FOMO guy though. The second I heard that everybody was going out Tuesday, I wouldn't even have to hear it from friends. I would see the New York Post article. If I lived in New York, found out everybody was going out on Tuesday and be like, "Damn, we're going to have to make the push, fellas, cuz we can't miss out on the shit that might be going on, you know?"
Maybe if it wasn't like if it was like a get off work at 5, go out at 6:30, stay out till noon. All right, that's different. But like if it's like a hey, we're up all night till 3:30 in the morning or some shit, like that's
Yeah.
insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to
I
know a
could
little
do
more
midnight.
detail.
After
Yeah, I could do
midnight's
midnight.
tough.
I agree. No, it's kind of cool, but also kind of irresponsible.
Yeah.
You know, but and the thing is too, especially nowadays, the percentage of people that work from home so much is skyrocketing. Obviously, people
Yeah.
who are more like hybrids, like you're more of a work from home guy, but you're pretty much hybrid.
Yeah.
Like, there you have that option where like, if you did have to just kind of wake up, clock in, and then be on a meeting at 9, like you can do that.
It's
It's not
way
like you have to
easier
be in the
now.
car at 7, fuck it, up at 6:30, in the car at 7, work at 8, something like that.
Right.
So I guess it plays into it a little more, but I don't know. I wonder if that was just that one place, or if it was like a full New York City type of thing.
Yeah, I don't
Curious.
know. They made it in the article sound like it was like a pretty nice New York restaurant, which
Nice.
would make sense because I mean the rich people have houses in the Hamptons and shit like that where they're gone all
Yeah,
the time. So
Nantucket
like,
and shit. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
Definitely.
Somebody was telling me a story about food at a barbecue today, and I wanted to get you guys' take on it. She was telling me this story because she brought this food home, and it only lasted like a couple days when she got there. But I don't like pasta salad. Like
It's fighting words.
just your regular staple run of the mill pasta salad. It does nothing for me. I'm getting tuna or chicken or any of the other salads way before I'm getting that, and if it's the only option, I'm not getting it at all. I knew this would fire you guys up.
Why are you bringing? Why are you intentionally trying to hurt me? Is the real question.
I wanted to know. Just wanted to see. I wanted to make sure that I was the weirdo in the room, and I wanted
I
to
don't
see
know
if there were any like
No.
barbecue food staples that you guys don't like. that you
Fuck
think are
pasta
unique.
salad.
Oh shit!
How
All
many
right.
sauces are you putting in there? The shit's wet. It's wet.
Well,
It's
and
fucking
Not
olive
good.
oil, dude.
there's
Chill
no
the fuck
taste
out.
to it.
Italian dressing.
Yeah,
Not
but some
even
people put. What do some people put in it that makes it white? Because that's not Italian dressing.
white.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
the shitty pasta salad that you can just like that you could buy at the gas station.
I don't think it's white, brother. I think you're talking about a different type of salad.
No, pasta. I guess I lump pasta and like macaroni salad into the same thing.
Well, those are substantially different, but
Are they?
I don't
don't
know.
like either
I
of them.
love I love pasta salad with a burning passion. It's like when we did like you asked the question like if you just had a snack all the time or whatever, I was like
You did
I
say
could eat
pasta
pasta
salad.
salad all day long.
You did
So
say that. I wonder why I didn't tell you that I hated it. I probably didn't want to burst your bubble because you were.
you
Really
may
going on
have
about it.
you may have shit on it a little bit. I don't know if you said you hated it like this, but I did think you shut it down a little bit, but not as badly as you are now. Why are you bringing this up? You're asking if
'Cause
there's
I
anything
feel
that
like
we put the kibosh on.
Yeah, I think you're gonna hurt my feelings and say that you don't like baked beans or something stupid like that.
No, but I'm out on. You know what I'm out on?
Hmm.
It's very specific, but it's a staple. I feel like nowadays, mac and cheese. But hold up, with the baked mac and cheese, I don't need it, and I definitely don't need the fucking breadcrumbs. Just give me normal mac and cheese, dude. That's it. I don't need my fucking mac and cheese crunchy. If you want, throw a little bit of bacon in there. Don't fucking bake my shit and then add fucking crunch to the top. I'm out on the baked mac and cheese. I'm pro normal mac and cheese. whether it's craft or homemade.
I don't think I'm not with you on like the crunch part. I'm down for the breadcrumbs every time. The problem that I
Really?
have with baked mac and cheese is that it's not wet enough.
Yeah,
Baked mac and
exactly.
cheese gets a little bit dry,
It's
and
like a
I like
casserole more
my
so then.
yeah, and not even a good one. I like my fucking mac
Yeah,
and
that's
cheese
fair.
to be sloppy.
Yeah,
As
exactly. I want it to fall over itself like a mountain.
Yeah,
Baked mac and cheese,
I don't even like pulling cheese. Like when cheese pulls
no.
on my mac and cheese, that means
Yes.
we already fucked it up. It's too
I
dry. I
want it
want that shit.
wet.
Yeah, I want it wet.
Yes. And the only time you can get that with baked mac and cheese is fresh out the oven. So then you're
Mhm.
either burning your mouth or you're getting fucking dry ass mac and cheese. I'm out on baked mac and cheese.
And
Bro,
even
the
then,
cheese pull on some mac and cheese is the best part. That's what you're looking for. You
Yeah.
guys are off
Also,
your.
nah, dude, and there's no consistency to it because the top layer has that weird extra thickness of cheese, and the bottom layer is just a bunch of like coagulated mac and cheese together. It's just not, and if you mix it up, it doesn't work. It's like when you get fucking beans in your taco dinner. You get a 3 taco dinner, rice and beans. They put the little piece of cheese on it. You're eating the whole chunk of cheese at once when you take a bite because you can't like cut up the cheese. You know what I'm saying? You take a one bite of beans and you get all of the cheese. You're like, fuck. Like
why did they
that's
put that on there?
I,
They put
mix
it
it
right
up,
on
do
top of the
something.
beans.
Yeah, why not
Yeah.
just fucking mix it into the beans when you cook it?
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I disagree. Like I think it's just overhandling. You know what I mean? It's overhandling your mac and cheese. We don't need it that fucking fancy.
Is there anything you hate, Jack? I mean, or I feel like you have more takes on this mac and cheese situation.
Yeah, let's get after it.
I don't know. I can eat any and all mac and cheeses. They're all fantastic to me. And no, to be honest, every single thing at a barbecue outside of some yucky pastas that we already discussed, I'm eating it all. I'll do pulled pork, dogs, brats, burgers, all the chips, all the dips, every other salad, coleslaw. I'll smack up some coleslaw.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a good guy to invite to the barbecue. So
You know what's weird about a coleslaw is that I like a coleslaw maybe not as wet, you know?
Dude, I'm
yeah, I
sorry,
want
but
a little bit more coal, a little bit less slaw.
we can't do another coleslaw talk, bro. We cannot do another. We don't even know what the fuck coleslaw is.
We don't. You're
We
right.
cannot do this.
We're speaking out of turn. We're speaking out of turn.
I do
It,
fuck up a coleslaw though.
it is grad party season though.
Yeah. Let's
I
see
do
what else.
like I like a more simple grad party layout, if I'm gonna say that. Like that the way that you said it, Jack. I like your pulled pork or your dogs or your burgers. Like some people fucking like have the guy there shaving the meat. And it's
The
like
prime rib and shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
it's a come on,
relax. We
dude.
don't need all that, and we
Yeah,
want the other food. We want the shitty food at
yeah,
the grad party.
hundred
You know.
percent. I think it's as simple as dogs, burgers, brats. You don't even need to go further than that, to be honest
hmm
with you.
And then
And it's
everybody
like,
bring the weirdest salad you got. Bring your
yeah,
weird taco
exactly. Bring
salad,
it.
your mac
Yeah,
salad.
yeah. A dessert,
Bro, I swear
cookies.
that's a recipe for a good fucking grad party. Couple kegs and some burgers. That's all you
Yeah.
need. Maybe a tent.
Well,
You're set.
and that's the thing too. Is like, I mean, as much as it is for the kid or the person who's graduating, whether it's college or high school, it's like it's a party for everybody to go get hammered. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
grad parties are just invitations to get drunk.
And I get that you want it to be nice, and there's like,
Of
but there's a
course.
fine line between it being fun and it being nice, right? I mean,
Yeah,
because it can get real unfun, especially for the kid whose grad party it is, because then it's
yeah,
fucking too fancy and too over the top. You're in a tux all of a sudden. You're like, what are we doing here?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
just
an
want to drink out of this
obligation.
keg. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. No, I agree. It's like it goes from like decent to like nice, and then there's like fancy. And I think like once you get to fancy, you're going over the line. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like nice is one thing, but fancy, too cute. It's just like why?
Yep.
Like fuck that.
Then you
It
feel uncomfortable going to it too.
Yeah, and you're like, God damn, do I gotta bring this guy fucking $50 just for my plate?
Right. Yeah,
It's like
it's a
going to a
wedding all of a
wedding.
sudden.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
I think barbecue in general though, I think if we're talking barbecue, there's not much that I don't fuck with. But I do think the mac and cheese, baked mac and cheese craze has to stop. I really do.
Yep.
Just give us
Episode
normal mac and
72. We
cheese.
are out on baked mac and cheese. another thing that we're out on or don't align with. I got to make that video compilation because we have a lot of things that I've said that we
that
don't
we're just
align
out on. Yeah.
with. Yeah, and a lot of them are like pretty bad stuff, which I'm
Yeah.
glad we don't align with. But some of it's baked mac and cheese, and maybe people shit
Yeah.
down our throats for that. They definitely do. I know that they do.
Yeah. And I definitely want to reiterate it one more time. We've talked about it before, but while we're
Mhm.
on the subject of food, because this is a food podcast,
Yes.
we need to start pushing big cornbread to really get back in the side game because it's the best and it's just not around enough, man.
Should be, if you're doing barbecue at your grad party, cornbread should 100% be a part of that grad party.
And it's
That
just
should
not at
be on the
enough.
table.
It's not on enough fucking tables, man. It really isn't.
Yo, speaking of food at the grad party, did you guys see what Apple just unveiled yesterday?
Yeah, the
The
gogs.
the VR.
The VR AR.
Yeah.
Did you look into that at all? How do you guys feel about it? You know
I
what it
didn't.
is?
I know what it is. I don't really know. Like, I guess I didn't look into what the features are. I just saw like the lens through the goggles to see like, okay, this is my calendar for the day, and I can fucking shift through that or whatever. But
Right.
And you can like see. You can also like just look through the gogs. Like you can be like watching a movie on the gogs, but also like see your surroundings too. It's
will it
like
like give you stats about the movie? Like, I want these to work like Iron Man. Like, if I'm falling through the sky, it'll be like 400 feet, 300
I
feet.
don't think it's that.
That's one of the cool things is like, so it's got the most cameras and the most processing power out of any headset that has ever been made. And they threw one of their best chips, the M2 chip, which is like Apple's fucking prized possession. They threw that in there and they invented a new chip called R1 that handles all of the cameras. So like every sensor and every camera that's on there gets run by its own chip, which means this thing's going to be able to run at insane frame rates because the actual processor only has to work on the graphics of what you're seeing instead of processing the actual camera data. So it's going to be like you're looking around in real time in a real room, but
That's
it's
freaky.
all cameras.
Yeah, so
The whole thing's cameras.
it's like having 100 TVs around you, and every time you look, it's like that's the own computer and your own TV.
Exactly, yeah.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah,
like,
it's going to be nuts.
I'm still on the train of like, I just don't care enough about like the VR world yet, I guess. But to like, I'm not. People are gonna be walking around with these things on their face, dude. Like, they're
Nah,
gonna be
see,
wearing
that's
them
the
as
thing.
sunglasses.
Nah, there's no way.
No,
That's the
what do
problem
you
with it
mean no
yet.
way?
It's like it is a direct to consumer product, obviously, but there's no, like you said, there's no good application for it yet. It can't do anything that your phone can't do. And it's
Well,
too
that's what I'm saying.
inconvenient to be wearing around all the time until they make it like a way smaller form factor. You know, like they
You
gotta be
say that now.
they gotta be the glasses on your face right now, un, like for people
Yeah,
to start
but
wearing them
you
like
don't think that
around.
Right.
you don't think that these people won't be wearing these things around? No fucking way. If you can straight up see straight through and then do all your shit on your phone and stuff, no, people are dumb and they're gonna make it a trend or something stupid like that. It's gonna. I don't know. I
I
I
hope
hope you're
so
right,
because I'm a
but I
component for
just
these.
People
I
are
would
gonna
love
be
to see
getting
them
these
actually
things.
get used.
People are getting these
But
things yoinked off their heads in the city.
oh
that's
yeah,
true.
100%.
Friggin' beat
Well,
the fuck
speaking of
up.
that, did you guys see the price tag on them?
It's
No.
gotta be 2 G's.
$34.99,
Holy shit!
$3,500. Pretty fucking hefty price tag for them. But like
Yeah.
I said, it is a badass piece of equipment. Like this, it's gonna be able to do some ridiculous shit once they come out with some ridiculous shit to be done with it. Because right now it's like a check your calendar thing. What the fuck are you supposed to do? You know?
Yeah. I'm
But
not. Yeah, I'm with Mike. I'm not here for the VR shit yet. I'm close. I get it. I'm close.
Yeah,
But yeah, until I want to be an Iron Man suit. That's the only way that like you guys are gonna push me over the edge with this whole thing. You know,
I
I
agree,
want
and that's like
I
yeah,
want
and it needs to
Jarvis
be like
talking to me.
yeah, like a pair of glasses, not fucking a whole VR headset. Um,
Exactly. Spy shades. And just beep.
you know what's gonna piss me off is you're gonna start seeing like 20-year-olds with these things on, and you're like, how the fuck do you afford this shit? Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
how do you have $4,000 just burning a hole in your fucking pocket for these things?
That was the biggest thing I kept seeing on Twitter today. It was like, watch people buy these and then complain about their student loan repayment, like starting this
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, for real.
For real.
That's not like
That's
a
funny.
PS4 where it's $500, 3,500.
Yeah.
What is it? That's like a Nissan Altima.
Yeah.
Like, could be driving yourself around somewhere.
Yeah. Not
Yeah, that
on.
shit's wild. Speaking of wild shit, did you see the UFO stuff that's going on?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today. And
I've
I
been
was a little
off
bit
the
shook.
grid for the last like 4 days, dude. I haven't really seen much until today.
Well, this is a perfect episode then. I'm glad you're tuning in because we're
Okay.
going over all the shit that just happened. But this guy that apparently worked for Area 51 and the government and was a pilot. All these guys are pilots. All the pilots see all the shit. And the pilots are incredibly smart
Mhm.
and trustworthy people. You have to be to fly like multi-million-dollar worth of machine that the government has. So people are taking what this guy says, very seriously. And he was saying that the government and Area 51, whoever's holding the alien intel, has fully intact UFOs, like fully intact ships. And he said, with the ships, sometimes comes a pilot. And he's like, they got those two. So they got fully intact ships and they got bodies, from what this pilot is saying, which is fucking wild. And we need a
I
picture.
mean,
We really
I
just
was
need a
gonna
picture.
say,
That's what this whole thing
'cause I
boils
mean,
down to.
yeah, at the end of the day, and you know, even pictures don't always help either, because the way with everything that you can do nowadays to doctor photos and create your own shit, it's like
Yeah.
it's so it's like until I see it myself, I just feel like it's all fucking like they just use it everyone to get their mind off of something that's more important, and it's like, oh, UFOs, you know what I mean? Like I feel like they strategically bring up Area 51 and UFOs and shit like that, and they do it at a certain time of the year and all this shit every time they do it. You know what I mean? To forget about something more serious.
They definitely
Um,
do that. Do you believe it? Do you believe in
do I
aliens and
believe
that shit?
what? Do I believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I believe that we've had contact? Honestly, I don't.
No?
I don't. And the only reason why is because unless it's so like to me, okay, to me, we're not. I also ate a couple edibles before this, so this might get a little weird.
I smoked a
Okay,
little joint
so
too.
to
Rolling in this
me,
thing together.
we're not smart enough. If UFOs can do what they say UFOs can do, I don't think have the technology, and we're not smart enough mentally to have the capabilities to catching both of those things. Where it's like, so maybe we've seen them up in the sky. I could say that I can say I believe in that, but for
Mhm.
me to say that we have shit at Area 51 and like stored away, I think that's all bullshit. Because if you can fucking go between galaxies and all that shit, or however aliens work, why the fuck are you gonna get caught by George Bush? You know what I'm saying? You ain't. Like Joe Biden's
I
not
get that.
catching you.
Yep.
So it's like that's where my head's at. I do think that there's aliens. I do think that there's probably been shit in the sky that we've seen, but I personally think Area 51 is all just like government trying to fucking trick you when they want to trick you.
Damn.
Personally. But I'm not. I wish it'd be cool if I was wrong, honestly, but
I think it's crazy too to think that they have visited us. I think it's true. But I do
mhm.
think it's crazy that they visited us, just in the same way that it's like crazy for people to think that we're the only ones in this universe
Yeah,
from
for
a
sure.
galaxy. We can't even get to Mars. We definitely can't
Yeah,
get to these other stars that can
that's
host all
I
these planets. So it's
for
like
sure.
it's just as crazy to think that there's nobody else out there as it is crazy to think that they would ever find us, because there's
Yeah,
so much other room to explore. Why would we
yeah,
be a planet they would find? But we've done the research to find other planets with water and resources and things like that. So I'm sure
Yeah.
that aliens have, and then they have the technology to actually get there where we can't
And
even fucking get a planet over.
exactly. But also, and that's the thing too, like even with our technology, like they've progressed, they've gotten shit further and further out, not necessarily people, but they've gotten machines out on different planets that,
Yeah.
whatever. So it's like it's not impossible to think that if there was someone out there that they were just more advanced or just further along, an older civilization, yada yada, that they have this technology. You never know. But like I agree with you. I do think it's just as crazy to see that they're both like unfathomable. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's it's definitely it's an unknown, and it's kind of like one of those things though is like what have you done for me lately? Because honestly, and I'm not like
It's
like
a different league around on the earth, dog.
well fair, but
You
like
got to show
my
up every week, says Mike.
yeah, honestly though, but it's like even if we have say, oh, we've confirmed a UFO and an alien, what the fuck does that do for us? What does that do? Like, does that? Oh,
probably
now
puts
people are gonna start.
probably puts us in trouble.
Yeah, or like you put pressure on like people with money to start putting like, but it's like, does that help us? Like, what does it help? That's my thing. Unless you can give me like eternal life or immortality, whatever you want to call it, or like something that was actually significant to my life, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's that necessary. I think it's all just bullshit.
What's also crazy is how many people have known, like maybe since the 60s. So
Yeah,
many
I
different
mean,
people have known, presidents have known, like guys on their deathbed, like nobody's saying a word.
well, that's what I was just gonna say. Like the fact that like none of these people have said anything, and then yeah, you're like, oh well, then they'll kill you. It's like okay, like you said, like a deathbed thing where it's like, I don't know, man. It just seems so. I don't know. Seems
What are
weird.
your
I'm
thoughts,
not.
Jack? Jack, you're the Tom DeLonge of the group here.
I don't know. I have always believed in aliens, but it's hard to convince somebody of that, since there's zero evidence. There's this
Mm.
thing called the Fermi paradox, and it pretty much says like the gist of it is, where are they? Like, if we're here and the universe is fucking massive,
Yeah,
the odds of there not being life are so fucking
So slim.
small,
right.
so slim, just because of all the random chances that could occur in space, just out of fucking nowhere, just like
Yep.
we're a random occurrence. Like, the odds are that they're out there, but our odds only go so far if we have zero evidence. So where the fuck are they? I don't know. I really hope that all this jazz is true, because I don't know. I think it would put me and a lot of other people's minds at ease, just knowing that I was alive when everybody fucking discovered that,
That
you
would be
know?
sick. To
And
just be
everybody,
a part of the generation that found out would be bananas.
absolutely that. And it would be a huge middle finger to everybody I've ever had this conversation with, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely think that that would be a very satisfying thing because, like we just said, Bob just said the fact that people are so gung ho sure is kind of crazy. Where it's like,
It's
dude, what?
crazy.
But then, and I mean, I don't want to bring religion in this, but like, then there's those same people will turn around and say that God is 1000% real, and you're like,
Yeah,
well,
we're having the
then
same argument.
yeah.
You know?
um, I was gonna say something about something.
Yeah, bro, what does that do to fucking religions? Did did
Well, that's the
your
problem, and I think that's why the secret is so important, because like that's how every war starts, is religion and money. So
Yeah.
like you
Well,
know,
it'll be like the
that
South
could
Park where then
immediately it could easily happen.
it will be like the South Park episode then where they're trying to find out the best name for the atheist group. You know what I mean? It'll be
Yeah.
something. It'll
Yeah.
be there's always going to be some sort of conflict and war and yada yada.
Right.
But you know what I
Bob
was going to
Lazar's probably smiling fucking cheek to cheek right now.
How
You guys
about
ever
that
see
guy?
those docs?
That crazy asshole. I mean, all you got to do is search the most important 10 minutes in the Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan interview. And he'll go right into how he's talking about when he was inside Area 51 and like what he was working on and shit. And that was fascinating and crazy.
You know what I was gonna compare that what Jack said to? I
What?
found it. So he was like, "Oh, it'd be super cool to like be alive when you found out the aliens like existed, yeah, whatever."
Mhm.
I was thinking like, think about the people in 2000 that died in 2011. Thinking, well, fuck it, I'm out of here anyway. 2012, the world's ending,
That's true.
and then all these people left, with good health, mental health. They're like, yeah, at least I don't gotta see the world end. And then lo and behold, it's 12 years later,
That's
and
true.
we're still kicking.
That's tough.
Bro,
Barely kicking.
that and Y2K, dude. People
Yeah, well,
fucking
we weren't
Oh,
really
freaked
yeah.
around
out
for
about
that.
that jazz.
Yeah,
No, we weren't.
definitely.
I absolutely was not. And you two
Were you even
were
born yet?
E-brains. No,
Jack
sir.
was not.
I'm an 01 child.
Holy
Yep.
shit!
I'm a post 9/11 01 child.
Which is crazy.
Take that
That's
in.
even crazier.
Yeah, that is crazy. Fuck.
Well,
I don't know. It's a wild world, man.
So
It
that's
is a
my
wild world.
alibi.
Yep, Jack was not there. Yep. We
Couldn't
are out
have
on
been
9/11.
me.
Fair Enough Podcast is out on 9/11. That's another thing to add into the log.
Confirmed. Definitely confirmed.
No, we were not a part of it, and we do not support. Playoff updates? We haven't talked playoffs at all in a beat.
Are we not going to talk about the golf thing?
I was going to save that for the end.
Oh, okay, good. All right, that's fine. I was going to say, because let's get real.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll do
know.
these
I mean,
quick.
I haven't really paid attention to the hockey that much, to be honest with you.
Well, the hockey hasn't been any good. That was the first
what
thing
I'm
that I was
saying.
going to bring up, because we'll get to basketball, because that's been way more interesting. And this is
Yeah.
coming from two hockey guys. So,
Yeah,
three
it's
hockey
just
guys.
been Florida and everyone has just run through each other. It's literally it.
Well, and Vegas is the finals, especially, have just been that game last night
abysmal.
was. And I love the way Jack was talking about it earlier. I love the way that the Panthers play. They play that fucking gritty style of hockey that's just like they just try to beat the shit out of you. But for whatever reason, the Vegas Knights are turning into like the fucking New England Patriots, and they just got in the league yesterday.
It's insane, dude.
I think this could be their first cup of like a 3-cup run, kind of like a Chicago, like a Wings kind of run.
Yeah.
Where they just dominate for 10, 15 years.
And I mean, like, it's fucked up too because like they went 2 years ago?
Yep.
Or was it 3 years? Whatever year they went, it's like, dude, like,
3
and
years
they were
ago,
just they were literally a fucking brand new team. Now it's like, okay, they've been to I think they went to the conference finals once and made the playoffs the other year. It's like, what is going on? Like,
and the Leafs are sitting
impressive.
there like, what the fuck do we have to do?
We gotta do
to win a playoff series? We've literally been
dude.
around for 200 years. And we can't win a fucking playoff series. These guys have been around for 5 minutes. And people say it's because, like the expansion, the way the expansion draft is now, I agree. You get a shit ton of good players. Like anybody can be super competitive. Yeah, it's very favorable. But they only have, I think it's 4 guys. They kept
that
saying
were
it last
on the
night,
team,
on the original team. So they've literally rebuilt this team, and they're still sick. They're better.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly somewhere that people want to try and go, and the core guys that they have. I mean, fuck, like. Yeah, I don't know. It's insane. But the hockey playoffs have been boring as fuck. Other than Boston losing, it's like
the first round was great. After that has been very subpar. And I think I wanted to see Boston or Toronto make a push towards the end, just for like hatred reasons on Boston, fun for Toronto.
Yeah, I like to see history, man. Like when you see like arguably the best pro season in the history of sports, arguably
next to the Warriors season probably, and the Patriots,
and maybe and the Dolphins maybe because they literally did go perfect. Granted, it was back in the day, but like you're talking probably the best sports regular season in the history of sports, and then they lose in the first round. Granted, that team's in the Super Bowl now, or I mean in the Stanley Cup now, which is cool, but like it's sad. Honestly, I kind of stopped caring after that because I was like, man, I want to see this. I want to see them finish it off. And they can't.
No, I hope Vegas just sweeps them and we can be done with that. And move on to next year.
Yeah, definitely.
NBA though, I thought after game one, first of all, the semifinals were fantastic. That the
The
Boston Miami
Boston.
series was, that was electric. Obviously
Yeah.
the Denver series was no good, but that Boston Miami series brought it all. And then I don't know. I like the way that Miami finished that series. They came in, and me and you and everybody else, I think, we're just kind of thinking this could get ugly quick. The way that Miami was
Yeah.
playing at the end there, and they got shit on in game one. I thought this was going to be a fucking. I said it in the group chat. This is a 3-game series. They ain't even gonna make it
Yeah.
to 4. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna beat the shit out of them. And then Miami just pulls one out, and Jokic had 41.
Well, it's funny because it's like everyone was saying pre-finals, like the Miami Heat don't care if Jokic drops 40, 10, and 5. He says Miami Heat care when Jokic is going to drop 25, 15, and 15
Right.
because that's when the whole team is meshing together. That's when guys are
Yes.
moving, catch and shoot, passing is good. And that's when they're discussing you can't stop them.
Correct.
But when
Jokic
Jokic has to
doesn't want
take
the ball
over,
all the time. He doesn't want to
exactly.
take 38 shots.
No, exactly. He wants to. I mean, I think the first half of game one, he took 3 shots. He had 6 points in the first half, or 8 points maybe. He had 2 free throws. So it's like, yeah, the guy doesn't want to shoot. He wants to be the best player on the fucking floor, which he always is. But the team is the best when he's making everyone else around him better. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. has been kind of shitty. I mean, no one else really shot the ball that well last game, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a weird series, dude. Spoelstra is a fucking good ass coach. That's all I gotta
Dude,
say.
he just schemes the fuck out of you, and that's got to be
It's
so annoying as a coach on the other side. I mean,
yeah,
that's got to be why they had the Celtics in a blender in the first 3 games. Spoelstra was
yeah,
just fucking out coaching the guy.
exactly. And it's like even just that whole series, like even the games that Boston won were like, whoa, like that tip in was insane in game 6.
That was crazy, yeah.
Like, like was the problem with Boston all year is that they don't give a fuck about defense. They just are like, hey, dude, we score 120 a game, and when we shoot, we dominate.
Yep.
And it's
And
like
when we
they were
don't,
exactly. They never won off of pure like fucking scheme team fucking aura. It was just like, hey, we're all good as fuck, and we all can do it. And then when they don't, it's like you didn't have anybody to push them all together, and like that's what Spoelstra's doing. It's fucking crazy.
when you mesh and you have the right team mindset, it's kind of fucking wild what you can do in the NBA. Because Gary and I just actually, before I came down here, we watched that the Redeem Team doc on Netflix. I don't know if you've watched that yet. It's about the 2008 USA basketball team.
Oh, okay.
And it was just about how, like, in 04, they literally just picked everybody up, flew everybody to Athens, threw the team together, and we're like, all right, let's fucking do it. No training, no, like, camp or anything. They literally just like, all right, we're the best players in the world. We could dominate. And they went in there and got shit on.
Yeah.
And then, so in 08, Coach K took over, and he was like, we're not doing that this time. We're doing 3 summers worth of work.
Yeah.
And so that's what they did. They all worked out together for 3 summers in Vegas, and then they fucking dominated in Beijing. Obviously, they had a close game with Spain at the end, but
Spain,
with Pau Gasol and those guys.
Spain.
But it's just like, that kind of reminds me of the Miami Heat, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't always work to just throw a bunch of superstars together, but even if you have these undrafted guys, if these are guys that believe in the message that Spoelstra's putting out there, and clearly they all fucking do, like, and they look, I don't know if you ever see them in the tunnel, but they're all so loose and like messing around, and like it's always business, but it is like they're just fucking loose before games. I noticed that in the Celtics series, and they're always like that. And it's
I definitely think that they're on like a high of like we have literally nothing to lose, but also I do think it's gotten to the point where like that's kind of over. But I think like going into that fucking Celtics series, they're like, hey, dude, we don't care. We got nothing to lose. We're gonna come in here and play our game, and if it beats your game, we're gonna win. And they did that, and now it's like, all right, well, it's come, but yeah, it's like you can't lose your identity just because you're playing in a really high stress fucking thing, and like you're like, oh, we
Right.
actually made it here when we kind of, we were the 8 seed that almost lost to the Bulls in the playing game. They were down 10 points to the Bulls with 6 minutes left.
Right.
Like they were that close to being out of the playoffs completely, So playing just with straight up like chip on the shoulder, like, hey, we don't give a hook,
Yeah.
helps. But it I don't know, man. I don't know. I want the Nuggets to win just because I really like Jokic. I like Mike Malone. I like that team.
Mhm.
But it would be awesome to see fucking Jimmy get a fucking ring.
That would be awesome. That doesn't give you got no spiteful feelings for that at all?
Absolutely not, dude. I
No.
mean, at the end of the day, it was kind of like we weren't in a great spot with him anyway, and it
Feels like
just,
it was like a Matthew Stafford type of trade for you guys.
it was
Or
premature, I think.
departure.
Yeah, I think yes, it was, but also it wasn't, 12 years in. But it was
That's true.
premature, but it was I just think that they kind of knew what the plan was, and I don't think they were fully in on Jimmy either.
I think
But
if the Bulls got good again, Jimmy would come back too. If you guys could hurry up and like turn this thing around,
I don't know. I wonder.
like
I
way
mean,
down
why?
the road.
My thing is, if you're Jimmy, like you kind of built, like that's your team. It's Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, like that's the team. I don't
Yeah.
know why he would ever leave. He's in
Just
Miami
kind of
too.
the
Like
end
what the
of a
fuck?
run type of thing. You didn't think Jordan
Yeah,
would ever leave the Bulls either, but it just fucking kind of happens at the end, I feel like.
yeah, but there was also disputes with management and shit with the Jordan thing also.
Yeah.
So, but that reminds me when you're talking about that 08 team, it just first of all reminds me of fucking Lil Wayne just being like Kobe doing work, Tufo on the
Tufo on my
shirt.
shirt.
He the great,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Kobe was
but
so sick in that doc. Go watch that doc, everybody that's listening, if you haven't watched it yet. It was
so
cool. Kobe was
the
awesome.
best thing is you see the clips, of fucking LeBron and Dwayne Wade be like, they're like, first thing Kobe says, he's gonna pick and roll. I'm gonna run right through fucking Powell's chest. And he's like, first play of the game, what does he do? Run through a motherfucking chest. I was like, yes, dude. Which is the most gangster shit on the planet, dude. That's like your best friend and you just run through his fucking chest. Oh, I love it.
There were so many good stories. They told this one story. I'll just tell it quick before we get into live golf stuff here. But they were in Vegas doing the training. This was 2007, so the year before the Olympics. And it's the fucking boat. It's the banana boat crew, dude. It's D Wade, Chris Paul,
LeBron
fucking
James, Dwight
LeBron,
Howard, Chris
Dwight
Bosh,
Howard,
Kobe Bryant,
Tayshaun was on the team. Like
Melo.
there's so many guys. But
Yeah.
and Kobe wasn't on the team the year prior. So they do like that in the summer to kind of prepare. They do those like FIBA World Championship
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
And Kobe wasn't on the team until 07 because Coach K after 06 because they lost in the FIBA, and he was like, we just need something else. And so they got
Mm-hmm.
Kobe on the team. This was right after Shaq left. Obviously, this is right after the Heat and D Wade and Shaq won a championship. So I felt like it was kind of weird for Kobe to come in on this team where he kind of just ran everybody out of town and kind of imploded the Lakers. And that's what Coach K was saying too. Is like it's just we got to separate the story from the human essentially. And
Mm-hmm.
but it ended up being like a great thing for Kobe anyway. So all the guys go out one night when they're in Vegas and they're fucking partying and they go to some club and they're there till they said they rolled in like 5:36. But LeBron was telling the story. He's like, everybody went. Everybody went. Like D Wade, Chris Bosh, everybody was there except Kobe. Kobe didn't go. And they got to the hotel, like back at the hotel at like 5:30, and they're about to step into the elevator, and Kobe pops out of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Full, like already sweating, like this dude's going back to shower. He got up at 4:30, went and worked out, and he was going to shower, and these guys were coming home from the club. And they're like, dude, we'll fucking see you at practice. This guy is crazy. He like won't go out with us, won't do anything. It's literally just work. And the week after that, everybody's with Kobe at the gym in the morning. Everybody. So like Kobe just like put that mindset into everybody, like this is fucking serious. We're gonna go win a gold. Like we're not fucking around this year. And
Yeah.
so everybody like followed Kobe's footsteps, took that initiative, and got in the gym in the morning. And it was just kind of wild that they shifted from literally partying until 6 a.m. to getting up at 6 a.m. to go work
Yeah.
out.
That Mamba mentality, man. That shit's real.
That's
And when
awesome.
you hear him talk about it, dude, that's when you're like, wow, like you want to make me run. You make me want to run through a brick wall, but you also make me like realize that you got to put the work in. And it's like, I love, dude. Kobe was my favorite. I mean, I got
He's
him
the
on the
best.
wall back there, but like, I fucking loved listening to that guy talk, dude. It was just so like, yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. But
Chris
I don't know.
Bosh.
I think. What do you got? Hold on, all right, go ahead. Keep talking about your 94 or your 80. What? Oh, wait.
Chris Bosh was like, Kobe's never gonna be the guy to come up to you and be like, "Hi, I'm Kobe." Like, he was like, Kobe's never gonna come up to you and talk to you at all. He's so quiet, and it was just funny to see like Chris Bosh, because all these guys would fuck around with Kobe on the team because he'd never like laugh. So LeBron was constantly like trying to make everybody laugh to lighten the mood because Kobe was so serious. But yeah, give that a watch if you haven't watched that yet.
Definitely. I got the
All right.
Nugs in 6.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Nugs in 6.
I think so.
Yeah, if I had to put a number on it, I would also say Nugs at 6, which really sucks. It'd be sick to even just see it go 7. If it went 7,
Yeah, I
I'd be.
agree.
I don't give a shit who wins at that point.
I agree, 100%.
Okay. Live Golf and the PGA Tour merged today. It sounds like we've been getting updated reports all day, but it sounds like the players did not know that this was happening. The PGA guys, Colin
Yeah,
Morikawa tweeted out. Obviously
it's
Brooks on
great.
the live side tweeted out. Like a bunch of people were tweeting different shit.
Mhm.
Sounds like Rory didn't know anything, and I think Rory is the most interesting person in this whole shebang.
Just because of what he was saying previous to it, like last year.
Rory was the PGA pretty much said, okay, Rory, you're going to be our spokesperson for the PGA. And fucking Rory was parading around saying the live stinks. We're never going over there. We play at the PGA because we got the Masters and all this shit, blah, 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 blah. And now and then that Jay guy, the PGA guy, to come
Oh
out
yeah.
last year. It was literally 359 days ago. He came out and basically said that if you go play
If you go to
for
live, you're a
live, you like,
terrorist.
yeah, you like 9/11,
Yeah,
shit like that.
which is
Tweeting out, we
insane.
already established that. But
Yeah.
yeah, which is fucking insane. And then to just merge with them, not even a year later, and put
Yep.
egg all over Rory's face, who was just defending you to the fucking death all year in 2020 or last year when this shit was going down.
Yeah.
Like, that is so tough. I can't wait to hear what Rory has to say. I can't wait.
I can't wait to kind of see what fucking old boy has to say. Like,
Jay.
to come out, I mean, granted, like, what I don't know all the details. Obviously, there's a shitload of money that's going to be getting tossed around, and at the end of the day, whatever, like however the tournaments are set up and shit like that, that's not going to change viewership all that much unless everything is a shotgun start. Like, I don't know, but so like that's not the part I'm worried about. I actually kind of like that all the best players are gonna be back together, and you're gonna see all that competition. But like, what is this guy gonna say? Like, like, how can he step out on like a podium and be like, "Oh, this is to unify golf"? Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get how you can retract what you've said over the last year into what like no amount of money I feel like could have fixed what you said.
So Dan Rappaport, I just jumped onto Twitter to look up some new shit. Dan Rappaport's a great, really good golf reporter and analyst. He said that this wasn't really Jay Monahan's deal. On the PGA Tour side, it was Commissioner Jay Monahan. More on him in a second. Ed Hurley, co-chairman of the powerful Watchel. Oh, blah, 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 blah. A bunch of old guys that put this thing together. And he had that crazy 9/11 story. Sources close to the negotiation tell me that Dune played a crucial, if not decisive, role in the deal. Dune was a senior managing director at Piper and something of a legendary figure within golf. So it sounds like it was like a group of guys that kind of made the decision rather than just Jay Monahan. But you still just can't let this happen.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll be
I don't know.
interesting. I agree with what you're saying that like everybody playing golf together is the best possible outcome, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what we want. That's all that we want as fans, is to see everybody be competitive. But yeah, we can't go down in that shitty kind of way. It'll be interesting to
But
see what they do with the money and how they're going to compensate Rory and these guys, because they're going to have to, right?
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they
I mean, you're
took
not
the
going to see as
chance.
big a they're not going to see as many big a deals overall, but like yeah, I mean, you would think that the PGA side is like we have to compensate them. But like my thing about it is that what is a normal field in golf? 165 players or some shit like that for a
Maybe
4-day
something like
tournament.
that. Mm-hmm.
So, what is live? Aren't live like 50-player shotgun starts, right?
Yeah, I think
Something
so.
like that. Like
Way
so
smaller.
think about that's why I'm confused. Like I feel like a lot of like younger come up and coming players, what are they going to do? They're going to have like a minor league of the minor league PGA for them to like get there, cuz I mean, obviously there's going to be like qualifiers and shit, but like I just don't get how they're going to keep every golfer golfing at the highest level where I
They
don't know.
already have that, Jazz. Like you gotta. There's so many ranks that you gotta go through in golf.
Yeah, there's
Namely, the Corn Ferry Tour,
the Corn
which is
Ferry.
like that is the minors of golf. Like you sit on the Corn Ferry Tour and you could be there for 30 fucking years before you get
But
your tour card and
okay,
you actually get to go on the PGA Tour.
but also think about like but think about how many people right now you're going to be cutting out. You know, you're going to be cutting out. I would say roughly, depending on what they do, even if you just went, hey, we're going to do normal 165 per tournament, and probably I would say 30 of the live golfers probably fit the criteria. That's still 30 golfers that have been on the PGA Tour for the last year that now have to go and like kind of restart. Like it's going to be confusing, and I wonder how. I feel bad for the little guy in this, like the young golfer, the young pro, and I don't really feel bad for any of the top dogs. They're all going to get paid. They all always get paid. That was never an option. Otherwise, Tiger would have went and taken 800 million if he didn't think he needed it. You know what I mean? Like Rory
Yeah,
would have taken half a fucking $1 billion if it was about the money. We're like, because they're already getting their money.
right.
It's the little guy that I really do think is going to affect the most, and it's going to kind of suck to not see as many like cool shit like younger players and shit like that.
But who even knows? I don't even think we have those details yet of exactly what this merger means.
The
Like
format, yeah,
it could still be Live and PGA working together separately.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. No,
still
you're
having the Live
definitely right.
tour,
Well,
and it
and
sounds
they're
like the
bringing in,
European tour,
yeah, the
yeah, is a part
DP
of
is
it
coming
too.
in too. So it's like, I just I just don't get what would be the point of doing a merger if it wasn't going to be some sort of actual merger. Because
Right.
what the fuck did what is the live gaining out of this other than the uh like being on TV more and all that kind of shit? That's the only thing that they're gaining out of this. They're not getting like they're already making all
Yeah, but
that
I
money
think
and
that's
paying
all
all
they
these
really.
guys.
I think that's all they needed. They needed it in with TV and shit. That was the only thing they didn't have. That was the only thing that. I mean, money can buy it, but you also probably need to have those good relationships
Well, yeah, but
too.
if you put the live on when the PGA Tour is supposed to be on, then where's the PGA Tour at? So it's
Yeah.
like, to me it just doesn't make sense for it not to be like all like one cohesive group of golfers. Maybe two tournaments a weekend though. Like maybe they have the fucking
It
I don't know.
it feels like they went really quickly from suing each other to putting this thing together for this thing because this is so complicated. I mean, just the way that we've begun talking about it, all the
Yeah,
possibilities and things that you have to think about. Like they threw this thing together in a month? No fucking way.
yeah, that's true. And I
They
mean,
must
we
have been
honestly have
talking
no
about
idea.
this the second the live
Yep,
popped up.
had to have been.
How
Literally
are we
had
going
to
to
have been.
merge with them? You know?
Exactly. How are we going to figure this out to where we're all one cohesive golf unit? Because in reality, they never wanted to separate Brooks Koepka and Phil Mickelson from Tiger Woods and You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
no one wanted to do that. So,
No.
yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think it was instant. I think it was all smoke and mirrors for them just to get to a deal somehow.
Mm-hmm. It's
Oh,
wild.
shit.
Any thoughts,
It was
Jack?
wild.
No, I'm just kind of stoked to see this play out. Like you said, I miss seeing everybody play together. What the fans want is to watch good competitive golf, and if this is a step towards that direction, then I'm here for it. I'm very interested. I think it's going to be exciting to see what the fuck actually happens because this could go any way. Like Mike
Yeah.
said, two tournaments a weekend, but then you got people deciding which purse they want to play for and which one has more sponsorship opportunities. So you can't fucking do that.
Oh, that's so
And
annoying.
another thing, like Mike said, with the people coming in and possibly other people getting kicked off, it's gonna like fan over. You know, there's gonna be some live dudes that are like, well, shit, I'm not good enough in this field, and same for some
Yeah.
PGA dudes. They're gonna be like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to pack my bags, head to the corn for a bit, straighten this out. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
shift for sure, but I'm stoked. Should be good. I
Yeah.
love watching golf, so I'm gonna be all over this.
I just can't wait for all the details to come out to really show what's going on because they've been so fucking vague about it. I know it's only been fucking 12 hours, but still,
Yeah.
like, they need to start giving the fucking fans some details so we can either hate it or love it. You know, underdogs on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I want
hopefully,
to have an
as
opinion
you're
already.
listening to this, you already know what
Yeah.
happened because it's Thursday by now. So hopefully you have a little bit more information than us. I don't know. I guess I don't really know when to expect an announcement at this point. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Very interesting. Yeah, like I said, I posed this question real quick before we get out of here in the group chat. Just like, what were your thoughts on a Ryder Cup style, like the PGA guys versus the Live guys? And I think that was a really cool idea, especially right when this happened, because there was so much animosity, and you really wanted to see these guys go at it head to head in a golf setting.
Yeah.
But now that they're merged, it's like, kind of fucking
Yeah.
lost a little bit of its
Yeah.
luster.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I think it'd be stupid to do that now. And also, you got to realize that it's not only Live and PGA Tour; it's the PD or
Oh, it's the
DP, whatever
Euro
the fuck's
guys.
called.
Yep.
So it's like that's even more. So I think you hit the ball on the head, nail on the
Yeah.
head with that. So
All right. Episode 72. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Like and subscribe on everything. We're on TikTok at Fair Enough Pod 1. We're on Instagram at Fair Enough Pod. So go find us there, and then you can find us on YouTube at Fair Enough Pod. Is that it? And then Spotify and Apple Music. Listen to the pods there. Everybody does a great job of that. But go check out the YouTube if you don't check it out all the time. See what the boys are wearing. We're always wearing some goofy shit.
yeah,
And
dude, banana bread at
occasionally,
work, bro.
yeah,
Fucking
that's a sick
hell
dome.
yeah.
It's a sick dome that Mikey's got on today.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
real. Let's get real, bro. You've been rocking the best hat the last 2 weeks, and you know it, bitch.
This hat's nasty. Yeah, I'm excited to pull trigger on another one. Shout out Waggle, if you guys want to throw us a sponsor, we would greatly oblige.
All right, let's get out.
All right. Episode 72. Thanks, everybody. We love you. Have a great weekend. Should be a sunny one. Drink some beer, jump in a pool. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.